Hi everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. I am Dreammaker Stephanie.
And I am Dreammaker Hillary.
And today we're going to be discussing how to beat the heat in Disney.
So let's get into it.
All right. First and foremost, before you arrive in Florida, please start drinking the water. Make sure that you are very well hydrated and continue that hydration all throughout your trip.
Yeah, hydration. I don't think we can stress that enough. So make sure that you pack those reusable water bottles. Make sure that you bring them into the park with you. Just make sure you have water at all times.
And one of the great little tips and tricks that we have is that the quick service locations will give you free water when you ask for it. Free water, free cups of ice. So if you need to throw the ice on the wrists, on the back of the neck to bring your temperature down or your children's temperatures down, do it. They'll give you all different sizes of cups, but you don't have to buy the water bottles, which is really nice.
Yeah, make sure you ask for a cup of water, not a bottle of water, because you will get charged for the bottle, but make sure that you ask for the cup.
Yeah. Another thing is taking breaks.
Yeah, you have to take those breaks. The heat is the worst and the sun is the worst from about noon to probably about 2 to 3 o'clock. So that is the perfect time, I think, to take a break during the day. So make sure that you're going back to the hotel and just take an afternoon break. Have lunch, go for a swim, take a nap even.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great time.
And always remember that if you have those base tickets for the park, you can always return to the park that you left. So in saying that, you have the privilege to go in and out of that same park that day without it affecting your other dates of tickets. If you have a park hopper, you can switch it up and go back to any of the parks. My kids definitely enjoy that afternoon swim. We call it the witching hour for my children, and it's usually from 1 to 3. And just leaving the parks, the transportation around the parks is so great that you can get back to your resort, slip on that swimsuit, go for a dip, come back, change into some fresh clothes, and hit the park again, and you feel renewed.
Yeah, it's like a whole different day when you come back from that break. It is just so nice. So why don't we talk about different areas in the park where you can kind of beat the heat. So if you haven't had the chance to go back, or you're just trying to get through as much as you can in the park, where can you go in the park to kind of beat the heat?
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely walking through the stores.
Yeah.
That's my number one tip right there.
Yeah.
Is getting that air conditioning feel just by going through the stores. A lot of the times you don't realize that those stores are connected from one to the other, and you can actually get pretty far through them.
Yeah.
And there's so much stuff to look at. You will never be bored.
Yeah, you get your shopping done.
Absolutely.
And everything. But it's like going from outside to inside is like hitting like a wall of ice.
Absolutely.
It's just that air conditioning. It just feels so good. I think another good thing too in the parks is making sure that you plan fast passes and plan attractions at different times of the day for the heat. So making sure that you're going to those indoor attractions with those indoor lines.
The shows,
at the hottest points of the day, or going to the water rides at those different points of the day.
Absolutely. It's so nice to get on Cali River Rapids and just get a little soaked.
Yes, yeah,
Or
Splash
right
Mountain.
Splash Mountain, yep.
Yeah, so that's probably one of our good tips for fast passes. Plan them for midday if you want to do any water rides.
Yeah, now saying that, it also brings up what to wear to the park, right?
Yes. Yeah, you want to make sure that you're dressed appropriately for the sun and for the heat. So shorts, t-shirts, tank tops, but also shoes. Making sure that you're wearing comfortable shoes that can withstand the heat. So you don't want to be wearing these massive shoes that, although they might be supportive, are going to take hours to dry if you just went on Cali River Rapids.
For sure.
Or making sure that you have supportive sandals, hats.
Hats, definitely.
Yeah, so put on that sunscreen. Make sure that you're wearing a high SPF. Oh my gosh, I cannot stress that enough. Whatever you wear here in Canada or wherever you are, up that SPF for Florida, because you are just going to fry a lot faster than you do here.
For sure. And apply several times throughout the day. It does not last all day if you put it on in the morning. So if you're taking a morning break for some snacks, put that sunscreen back on. If you're doing, after lunch, put that sunscreen back on. The more you can apply, the more enjoyable your day in the park will be, because you'll be less likely to get that heat stroke or that burn on your body.
And speaking of heat stroke, we need to talk about things that people don't always think about when they go to Disney, and that has to do with health issues and medical issues, especially with the heat. And I think something that you need to know before you go into the park, take a second, look at your map, find where the medical centers are in the park.
Yes, first aid is a great tool for anybody, whether you have young children who are, maybe not doing so well or a little overheated, or the elderly that, are just a little bit different and sensitive. I have a child who utilizes the first aid at least once a day, every day that we're there, just for a break, a cool down. They usually have some nice ice packs that they can crack for you. Put them on your wrist, put them around your neck, but just to have that break. And it's always good to know where that first aid is anyway. So we should also probably talk about the tools. The tools that you can bring to Disney to make your day a little less hot.
Yes, definitely. And I think we have a couple here. So something here that you will see everywhere in the parks are these. These are Mr. fans that you can buy at Disney, or you can buy them here. I've seen them at the dollar store and a few other places. So you just fill it up with water, and then it is battery operated, and you can have a fan with you, and you can mist yourself.
Kids love these.
Yes.
They love doing them to each other, as well as others that are just randomly walking by. And you, as a random person walking by, will enjoy the little spritz of cold water.
Yeah.
And there's fountains everywhere, so you can fill those up no problem. They are battery operated, so you do need to have batteries for them, but they are worth it.
Oh yes, definitely.
The next one is these sport towels. So these are fantastic. They come in a tube. You keep them wet, and when you want to activate them to cool them, you just pull on them and then stick them behind your neck, on your wrists, wherever you think that it'll cool you down the fastest. Disney does also sell in their kiosks their own version of these towels, but they are great for just a quick cool down as far as a tool goes.
Yeah, so these are things that you can bring from home or buy there, and they will just really help you get through those hot days, the hot queues.
For sure.
Yeah.
Another tool is the strollers.
Oh, yes.
So I know a lot of people think that, my child's 6 and they don't need a stroller anymore. But when it's that hot, the less the children can, walk and have that exercise, the better off they're going to be. So $15 for a single stroller rental at Disney. $30 for a double. If you know you're going into the parks 5 times, you can purchase all 5-day passes of strollers and you get a discount. So instead of it being $30 a day, there is a discount for the more you purchase, the less you pay. They'll give you a little stamp card in each park that you go to. You use that stamp card. Now, so there are also rental companies in the area in which you can rent strollers. So if you don't want to bring yours from home, if you don't want to travel on flights with strollers, by all means, check out those rental companies. They will drop them off at your resort and they will pick them up. I do suggest purchasing the $20 insurance for them in case anything were to happen. But they're definitely a great tool as well. Some of them even come with a cooler that you can put your water bottles from your resort that you want to bring into the parks, because you can bring stuff into the parks.
Yes.
You can bring water bottles, you can bring Gatorade, just nothing with glass, and definitely bring some snacks for your kids. Big thing is salt and sugar. Yeah. There will be meltdowns. No matter what. There will be adult meltdowns. There will be children meltdowns.
Oh, yes.
Most of them are fueled by food, needing that snack to just get them through the day. So if you can have some goldfish or some fruit by the foot, something just to give them a little pep in their step and calm them down a little bit, it definitely it helps. And those strollers have areas to store all that kind of stuff. So as much as you may think a stroller is this big bulky item, it's definitely worth it for the convenience and for lessening how everybody's feeling throughout the day.
And the Disney strollers are covered too, so they have a little bit of a covering. So if you just need to get your child out of the heat and out of the sun for like 5 minutes, just go find a bench, find a shaded area. Great area is across from the Tangled bathrooms in the Magic Kingdom. There's a lot of seating areas. There are actually charging ports in there as well. And there's a lot of trees. So that's a great place. Your kid can just sit in the stroller, be covered, and you can be out of the sun as well. So make sure that you like and subscribe our channel, and don't forget to ring that bell for notifications whenever we post a new video. And we want to pose the question to you, so sound off in the comments. How do you beat the heat when you go down to Disney? Yeah, have a great day, guys.